The gentleman yields back. Who seeks recognition? No one seeks recognition. Oh, for what purpose does the gentleman from Arizona seek recognition? Colorado. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult Colorado. What purpose does the gentleman from Colorado seek recognition?
Move to strike the last word.
Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I understand that individuals in prison, to some people, create some sympathy. I actually have attended a lot of funerals for the murder victims of those folks who are in prison. And I can tell you that the families of those murder victims are also very sad. And to suggest that we equalize the level of crack cocaine and powder cocaine is absolutely absurd. Crack cocaine is highly addictive. Powder cocaine is not. It's as if we were trying to equalize powder cocaine and heroin, or powder cocaine and meth. The qualities of these drugs are so fundamentally different. And what happened and why Congress reacted in the past and increased the penalties for crack cocaine was because of the skyrocketing death rate among young black males. I read from an article entitled "The Lingering Lethal Toll of America's Crack Crisis," and it concludes and it estimates that the murder rates of black males aged 15 to 24 doubled soon after the crack epidemic hit their cities. We continue to see, as my friend from Ohio has mentioned, we continue to see other drugs taking the place of this crack cocaine epidemic, and the murder rates continuing. Another article entitled "U.S. Murders Soared Nearly 30% in 2020, FBI Reports." Another article, "Homicide is Pandemic's Biggest Killer of Young Black Men." Another article, "It's Just Crazy, 12 major cities hit all-time homicide records. It's worse than a war zone around here lately," a police official said. Chicago shootings, 3-year-old girl among 63 shot, 9 fatally in weekend violence. Chicago reached at least 800 homicides in 2021, a level not seen in 25 years. 5 major cities on pace to pass steep 2021 homicide totals halfway through 2022. A weekend of gun violence in Philadelphia shows the incalculable yet cruelly normal level of trauma that residents must endure. New Orleans police sound alarm on desperate situation with homicide rate 4 times higher than Chicago. Mr. Chairman, I understand the sympathy that some must feel for those who are in prison because they've murdered somebody, because they have spewed poison around our cities. I think it is high time that this committee take this issue seriously and start protecting young black men in urban America. That's the crisis we have right now. It's not a crisis or an epidemic for those who are in prison. They have earned their way to prison, and hopefully they stay there for a long, long time. And if you release them, they will re-earn their way to prison.
The gentleman yield?
Yes.
Thank you. I just point out to the gentleman that in 2010, the ratio was established at 18-1, not 1-1. No one is suggesting we change that. We're simply giving, and subsequently Congress made clear that that was retroactive, and there was a Supreme Court decision that narrowly interpreted the retroactivity provision, which is all this bill seeks to correct. So it really bears very little relationship to the murder rate. I'd yield back.
There's a little relationship between addictive drugs and murder rates?
No. There's little relationship between this bill, which simply reconfirms the retroactivity of the 18-1 disparity, between this bill and the murder rate.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I can tell
Lowest
you,
level offenders, which is what this applies to.
I reclaim my time, what little there is left. Mr. Chairman, I can tell you that there is a direct relationship between letting people out of prison and seeing more crime. And we will feel that relationship. And unfortunately, the ones who will feel it the most are the young black men in urban America. And I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Does anyone else seek recognition?